That's why I was a bit, what's it when I was talking? Broadcast you were
Yeah,
watching
no
has
worries.
ended.
Alright, so we go
Because I was
again.
trying to listen.
It's ended, so have I got to start a new Twitch now then? And then double click the F1 2018.
I've got to start a new Twitch. No, we're on now. We're on. And then double click the F1 2018. I've got to start a new Twitch. No, we're on now.
Right, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Another technical hitch. I just can't get the fathom of this. Getting it going in. Right, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to our second podcast, Racing Series F1. Last week we gave you a little bit of info of what we was doing. This week we're going to give you a bit more info of what you need to do. I'm RSF1 Rebster, and I'm joined tonight by Shane 0407. Good evening, Shane.
Good evening, Mr. Webster. Evening to you guys watching.
Sorry we're a little bit late, but we're here now. We're getting it done. So last week we gave you just insights into it. This week we're going to talk a little bit about the testing. As you guys know, is it by the 5th, Shane, I think, isn't it? Everybody's TTs need to be in. So if you just want to elaborate on that a little bit, Shane, and then maybe we'll take any questions. If you can have a look on the screen to see if any questions are coming up. We're more than happy to take your questions, guys. If you want to fire them in, we don't mind that at all. Over to you, problem.
Shane. I will just say very quickly, I have commented in the Twitch, but I'm on the ALF1 channel still, so that is me that's commenting. But yeah, within regards to obviously TTs and testing, so we can make sure we get people into the right tiers. Pretty much everyone's got the game now, so we're looking to have the TTs in by Friday. Now, most of you will be aware of the TT tracks. We've got Singapore and Monza dry, and one about a lot of people complaining about is Silverstone wet, something I'm struggling with as well. But the idea of the TTs, this isn't going to be where your final tier placement will be. This will be where you are placed in the testing sessions, which we will be running pretty much all of next week. Ready to get you set in your tiers for the following week, and teams and teammates and things like that sorted. Obviously within the TTs we did ask for 10 laps originally, but it only gives you 5. They don't necessarily all have to be valid. We're looking for an average. Obviously if you're looking, we can see you've done an invalidation and you're 2 seconds quicker in that sector. We know it's not a correct sort of one. But yeah, guys, that's all it's for with the TTs, just to make sure we get you into the right practice lobbies, the right test sessions for next week, so we can make sure you're competitive and we can have a good look at your driving, and obviously driving standards. To move on a little bit more on the serious notes on the testing, during the testing period, we will not only be testing for what tiers you will be in, we will also be watching your driving standards and also connection. If you are failing on any of them, you will have one of those guys that are on the committee will get in touch with you. On connection side of things, it'll be Body that'll go through that with you and see if we can improve it somehow. Driving standards, it could be any one of us, but that's just a general warning out there to you that we will be watching that. If we think your driving standards aren't up to scratch to keep the drivers in there happy and have good wheel-to-wheel battling, then we will be speaking to you about it. Is there anything you'd like to add on that, Web?
Yeah, a couple of things, Shane, just so that we can get it clear for the drivers. Like I say, I haven't actually got the game going yet. I've got it installed on my first account. I haven't even got it on the streaming account yet. The time trial laps is, I think initially we said we wanted 10 laps. I think we're taking the 5 laps now because the screenshot only gives the 5 laps, doesn't it?
I believe so, yeah.
So you don't need to send in 10 laps, guys. You need to send in 5 laps, all right? Which is good for you because it's going to cut your times down by halves. And then we'll be good. And then you can get placed into your prospective tiers for the test races. That's right, isn't it, Shane?
It
When
is,
you do
mate. Yeah,
your testing.
it
Okay,
is.
that's cool.
Within regards, go on, Rob.
No. I think I was pretty much done there, mate. You're part of the testing team, so you've got a lot more knowledge on this than what I have.
In regards to the test next week, what we'll be looking to do, I understand people aren't going to be able to make it, every test night, but we're going to look to run as many tests as we possibly can next week. So we're going to be busy, and the great thing for you guys is it means a lot of racing. We're going to look ideally to do 2 tests each night. So we'll be doing 25% races with short qualifying, because again, it's to test your pace and make sure we get you in the right tiers. And then we will follow on and do another race after that. So essentially there will be 4 races going, maybe 3, depending on the amount of drivers we've got. And we will be looking to change a few drivers around in the intervals between the sessions. To maybe test them with some of the slower guys if we're unsure if they should be down a tier, or to test with some of the quicker guys if we're unsure they should be up a tier. And as I said, these will be running pretty much all week next week. So it's great for us, and it's also great for you guys, because it means you're going to have a lot of racing to do next week, which is the start of a new game. It's few and far between, isn't it, to be fair, and that's all we want to do. So
Yeah, absolutely. And also, I think there's another important point I've just thought of. You need to be signed in on both the website and on Discord, guys. If you haven't registered on the website and you send your TT times in to Shane, they are not going to count, guys. You need to be registered. I think that's right, Craig, Shane, innit?
yeah, it's something we discussed last night. Obviously, it's going to be very difficult for us if you're not registered on the website to put the 2 together of who signed up with the gamer tags and who they are on Discord. So we do need to see everybody on both, so the numbers add together for us on both sides of things, because at the moment we've got so many less or so many more in the Discord, either or, and it doesn't quite link together. Obviously Camo is just put in the chat to put it across. Yes, I know you're going to be away for some of the testing. I appreciate that not everybody can make every test race that we're going to do next week. We will do his best to work around that. There may be some people that are away. Drop us a message, guys. Drop me a message or Porter a message if you're not going to be available next week, and we will sort something out for you.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, unless you're away actually on holiday, it's going to be very difficult out of 5 days not to have a day where you can test. So if you've only got 1 day, guys, that you can test, let the guys know, let any of us know, in fact, and we can pass messages on as well. So it is important that you're tested, because you don't want to be without a seat when we start, guys.
Yeah. As you probably noticed, guys, at the moment as well, we are teetering between 3 and 4 tiers. We talked about 3 tiers last night. Today we've had more people sign up, so we're going to see how it goes with the testing of how many tiers we're going to be in. I've had a few people question in the chat whether we're doing spec cars or we're doing official cars. There was an unofficial vote put in there yesterday. A lot of you wanted official cars, which was great for us, because we want the official cars as well. And in my opinion, it takes away some of the realism, some of the feel of actually racing in an F1 league if you're not in the official cars. And also constructors is difficult, and also you do still share a pit garage. It's going to be very difficult to know who you're sharing with on spec.
Yeah,
so we've gone with official, and we will discuss that coming towards the end of the first season if they bring in some updates that will make it a little bit easier to follow on who's with who in the specs.
Yeah, for sure, absolutely. And also, guys, please keep an eye on the website for the rules. It is still in draft form at the moment. I'm sure it's going to be completed before the season starts. There's nothing majorly going to change or anything, it's general racing rules. We want to race fair, we want to race clean, and we will be hard, but we will be fair. We don't want time wasters in the league, guys. We just want good, clean racers that want to race. So please make sure that you do keep an eye on it for when that draft goes live, guys. Okay.
Yeah, I will come to your question in a second, Camo. Just to reiterate, when we're talking about if we don't think your driving standards are up to scratch, if you're a little bit clumsy, we will help you. We'll advise you how to avoid that. What we mean is, if you purposely take someone out during the testing, there's a very, very high possibility that you won't be racing in RSF1. Just to put that out there. This is a question for you, Rebster.
Go on.
Because obviously you'll be doing it. How are teammates arranged? Are they chosen for us? That's from Camo.
Okay, so what we're going to do, guys, on the night of the draw, we're going to have a live draw, and we are going to have like a bingo wheel. I don't play bingo, so I'm not going to do it. But all the names and all the numbers will be going into a wheel, and we're going to do a random draw. You will be able to see it live, guys, so you will know that there is no fixing, no cheating. It will be a podcast night with live video of me and RSF1 Junior doing the actual draw. Is that the answer that was being asked for? I hope.
Yeah, I believe so. Yeah, so it will all be random on the draw side of things. We'll be able to see it all live at the same time, so it's good fun to watch as well.
Yeah, we have a laugh. We have a laugh while we do it. And it's good. It's tense as well, and yeah, it's good. We did have a couple of ideas that we kicked around how we wanted to do it, but I'm not going to go into that now, because that was for us to decide on. Really, we think we've got the right measure of it, and we hope you enjoy the draw, and we hope you enjoy the season with your teammates.
Yeah, if you do have any questions, now will be the time to pop them into the chat, and we will answer them for you the best that we can. Just to point out, at the moment, obviously we have had good interest in the jobs that we do have available, but the jobs that are available for any of the drivers that would be interested to be considered for, DP Roberts and Tomo are looking for vice division heads. So if you would be interested in that, drop them a message. Rebster and Bodder are looking for streamers and commentators. If you would be interested in that, drop them guys a message. Me and Porter, we are looking for people to help us with recruiting and testing. So obviously within regards to testing next week, that's going to be a big job for us. It will be after that when we're looking to recruit drivers. Basically just jumping in 5 lappers, eyeing up drivers that we think are good racers, driving alongside them, seeing how they do, and then getting them into messages, getting them into testing so we can get them in the right sort of tiers. So if any of you guys would be interested in doing any of them jobs and helping us out, do drop the guys a message, and we'll get you on board or consider you if we can. Is there anyone I missed out there, Reb?
No, I think you was pretty good there. What we'll say is, sorry Shane.
Yeah, go on. Go on, you're right.
We are open to test any and every driver. Whether they make it or not is dependent on their test results, but we are willing to test any and every driver.
Yeah. Also, if you are a dab hand with a computer, and you're good with graphics and things like that, we do have Thor and Junior are dealing with all that. But if you think you could help, obviously we have Master Croc, who joined us very recently. You've probably seen he's done a lot of the gamer tags for people and stuff, so we're more than willing to listen to your ideas and accept any help that's there if people are dab hand at it.
Always.
Yeah. Vettel fan, we going for official calendar or custom? It will be official.
Official, mate. Yeah, definitely official.
Oh, stewards! I've missed the stewards.
You didn't.
I did.
Roberts. You mentioned Roberts, wasn't it?
No, stewards. Charismatic.
Oh no, Crikey's. Josh.
Yeah. Also.
Charismatic, yeah.
Yeah. Also, we are looking for stewards as well to obviously help with the decisions. There will be a podcast about the stewards at some point. I would imagine how it's going to work. But Charismatic and Jace Lee, they are the guys that are your stewarding heads. So if you would be interested in getting on board with them guys and helping with the stewarding team, drop them a message, and obviously they'll get you in there. I can see a few people already in the chat saying, I'll do this and I'll do that. We really appreciate the help, guys. Just message the right people that we've mentioned. So very quickly again, streaming, commentating, Bodit or Rebster. For Vice Division Head, it would be Roberts or Tomo. For anything to do with recruiting or testing, it would be myself, Shane, or Porter. And for anything to do with stewards, it would be Jasley and Charismic. Who is going to host the social race tonight? That is going to be Mr. Patronus.
No. Social race hosting tonight is, I'm going to stream it, and I've forgotten his bloody name.
Cooper Cole's going to be commentating with you.
Cooper Cole commentating.
Patronus will
me,
be hosting the lobby.
Hosting the lobby. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just need
We'll get there.
I'm sorry, Shane. I've literally come in and I've rushed on, and I've got to get my gear together and get it sorted out, because I haven't
It's
got
no problem, mate.
2019 on a streamer's channel yet, so I don't know how that's going to work. But we'll see. So we're 20 minutes in, guys. We haven't got much longer. Is there any other questions? If you want to ask, get them in now. We've got 10 minutes basically before I have to go and download 2019 onto the streamers account, I'm guessing.
Yeah, just to point out again, when it comes to tonight's race, obviously there is going to be a stream that is going to be tested, and it is an official social. That means we expect driving standards to be normal, what you would race in a league. So we don't want to see, we've all done it messing about. We don't want to see people cutting corners to get round for their quali laps quicker or to get back to the pits, dive bombing, taking people out. Treat it as a league race, and the same as you would as a league race. So obviously it's going to be streamed and people are going to be watching it. So we don't want people to look at us and think, we're a joke, because that is not what we're going to be.
No, we're not. We are going to have teething problems, and we don't deny it. We know we're going to have them. What we will do is, as soon as we get a teething problem, it will be sorted within the next 24 hours, and we will move forward from there. Not a new league, guys. We're human, but we've got lots of people helping us.
Whoever's on the RSF account
good.
Has a question.
Go.
I will when they've posted it. They've just put, I have a question, and then.
All right. Cool. Okay.
So.
Question away.
We're all waiting here in anticipation of whoever it is that's on the account. Sat there now thinking, shit, I was just doing it for a joke. What are they doing now?
We'll find out who it is.
It'd probably be Thor, won't it?
Yeah.
We've had a little look at the league format, wow. Ben, and I mean, at the moment in time, it doesn't look ready to go league racing on. Maybe there'll be an update before then. We don't know. We haven't fully discussed whether we are going to use it or we aren't, but in my opinion, it doesn't look ready for racing yet. Why is Shane so handsome? So that must be Junior. Can't help it, mate. Can't help it. It's what the problems are with it, Ben. If you decide to change anything rules related throughout the season, it has to go out as a vote to all drivers, and all drivers have to vote on it. And it won't change until after you've completed the current race on the calendar. So it wouldn't change until the next race. If you need to remove a driver, again, it has to be voted on by all the drivers in the league. You get a mail. It's going to be very, very hard to get that put across. Not just that you can't have reserves in there. So obviously we can't remove drivers to put reserves in, because it would wipe their points essentially, and then you've got to vote the reserve out to get the driver back in. So unless they update something, it looks like it could be pretty difficult to use for league racing. I know what you're saying, just make sure the rules are correct the first time, but I'm just pointing out how difficult it is to change something if it needs changing, or to remove a driver if they need removing, or to get drivers in after you've got your 20 drivers in there. So it is it's a great format. It's just got some teething problems, and hopefully by the time we finish the first season, if we do decide not to use it, Cody's will have listened to the feedback and hopefully updated all of that. Marley, who I think is Button, has a question. So this is liable to be a stupid one again.
Go on, Marley.
Why has Shane got more chins than a Chinese phone book? Because I like beer and takeaways. Oh, go on then.
Yeah, and he's always looking down at the ground.
Right, guys, so if there is no more questions, we'll wrap it up here. Let you carry on with your practice for Brazil for those of you guys that are racing. For you that have missed out,
let's have a quick recap. Shay, sorry, mate. We've been through what they need to do for their TTs, because this is the most important part of this week's testing and everything. You need to get your TTs in, guys. I can't stress enough to get them in.
Yeah, obviously, we need them in by the 5th. The reason we want them in by the 5th, so it gives us the weekend to get people in the right testing races for when we start the testing on Monday. Like I was going to say, we've got 3 socials this week. For those of you who have missed out today, there is another one on Wednesday, and there is another one on Friday. Again, shows how serious we are on the TTs. On Friday, if you click that you want to race in the social, but we don't have TTs from you, you will not be allowed to race, because we need the TTs in. Tom, it is only 5 laps, because that's all the race director takes. They don't all need to be valid. There needs to be some valid in there. Don't send me 5 invalidated laps, because I will ask you to redo them. But yeah, if you invalidate a lap, it's not the end of the world. Don't worry about it.
Cool beans. Well, guys.
Just a couple more questions, quick. Sorry. Do we get to pick our teams, or are they given to us from Cornish Dan the Man? Again, just to throw that back out there, we will be doing a live stream of a draw. You will see Junior's, I was going to abuse him, but we'll say beautiful face, considering he's been very nice to me in the chat. And Rebster will be on the camera while we do this draw, so you can see, everything there in front of you. It will be a random draw for your teammates and also for the team that you are going to be in. Because that's probably the fairest way to do it. Do your TTs sessions. Right, okay. So yeah, RSF1 Racing, which is Junior, has just put in there the easiest way to get the clip of your TTs and send them over. Yeah, so that's it. No more questions by the looks of it.
Awesome. Right, I know it's been a bit rushed, guys, and I do apologise.
Hold on, sorry. One more question.
That's fine.
Camo's just put it up. It will be at the end of testing. So we've got your TTs this week.
Oh, lost you, Shane.
So my apologies. Where did I get to, Rab?
It will be TTs this week. It's the last thing I heard from you.
Okay. It will be TTs this week. It'll be testing next week. At the end of the testing next week, we will obviously be getting your tier sorted over the weekend. So I think we were looking at Sunday night, if I'm right, for the live stream for the draw, Rab. Did we confirm that?
Whether it was the Monday or the Sunday or the Monday. I thought the TTs had to be in. Not the TTs. The testing. You was going to finish on the Sunday. I haven't got my notes here, Shane, so I can't.
The idea was we finished the testing on the Friday. Do 5 days straight of testing, hard testing, and then finish on the Friday. Get the tier positions over the weekend. And then we were hoping, I believe, to get the stream done on the Sunday. So it would be next Sunday, ideally, Camo, but we will confirm that in the next podcast.
It will be. Oh, I can see my notes now. They're over the back, and I can't get to them. Keep your eyes on the boards, guys, in Discord. All the information will be put up in plenty of time for you to do what you need to do. So just keep your eyes on the boards. It's all the information will be there.
Yes, it will, guys. Yeah. Webster is on 2018 button. Yeah. He hasn't
Yes, I
loaded up
am,
the
mate.
19 one yet.
Not on the streaming
It's
account. I've got to do that in a minute.
We're reminiscing.
Reminiscing. I don't want to reminisce my last season, thank you very much. No, it is. I need to get it sorted out in a minute. So, guys, if there's no more questions, if everybody's happy, keep your eyes on the boards, keep your eyes on the club page on Xbox, keep your eyes on Twitter. Okay, keep your eyes on the website. There is information going to all those places. And if you can't get one of them, come and talk to one of us and we'll send you a letter through snail mail. It'll get to you too late, but we will send it.
Okay, I've had a message from Tom saying he has an issue with the Discord. Yeah, as soon as we finish the podcast, mate, if you want to jump in a party, we'll see if we can sort out what your problem is. I am useless with technology, but Rebster will probably have an idea.
I might.
And one last note before we get off, boys, so you can get ready for your race. I just want to say I really appreciate the support that we're receiving from you. The sign-ups, everything, it's been phenomenal. I think we're up to, we're in the 70s now on drivers list, just on Discord alone. And obviously I know there is a few guys that aren't quite on there yet. So, yeah, I just want to say well done for that. It's been great. It's been great from you guys, and we can't wait to get the season going and obviously race with you.
Yeah, absolutely. It's hard work getting it all in place, but once it's in place, guys, we're going to have such an amazing season. I'm pretty sure of that. It's going to be great.
So, all right, and gents.
Okay. As there's no more questions, thank you very much, guys, and we'll see you at the next podcast. Don't forget, we'll be streaming the race live tonight on your best behaviour, boys.
Cheers, guys.